Kings and Queens, Queens and Kings, welcome. I'm Michael, and this is Ground Up Movement. Here we are in the Adelaide Hills, cruising up to Charleston to see an Adelaide shaman this morning. I've been to Matthew Greenwood before. I went and did a spirit guide messages visit, and that was amazing. Like, it still resonates, and I draw it into my reality in different instances from that experience. And today I'm going for a healing session. This is a good year for it to do a hardcore cleanse. There's going to be some other missions that I'm going to do, some wild stuff that I'll fill you in on. But yeah, here we go on a beautiful Monday morning. Blessed to live in Adelaide during this summer, which is like another spring. Let's do this. Yoo! Right, here we are, just rocked up. It's a beautiful hour or so drive through the Adelaide Hills. For any of you that work with crystals and stuff like that, I brought with me my little black sack of rocks, which has got my Shungai Elite in it, and I'm rolling with a bit of shaman stuff here with the silver and so forth. Just thought I'd throw that little thing in there. Like, some people work with crystals, some people don't. I think it's all part of the symphony. So. Right, just left Matthews. I've done a few visits to spiritual healers over the last couple of years. That was by far the most high vibrational experience that I've had. I should note that on most of my spiritual journeys, I refrain from eating on that day, fasting. Practice that multiple times in personal stuff as well as professional visits. It always seems to work better, get a stronger connection with your third eye and imagination, which is needed when you go spiritually journeying. So that was an amazing clearing session. So I've done a lot of inner child work myself. I've done a lot of self-guided ceremonies and stuff like that. This one was more of a guided ceremony, and the inner child stuff came up, which I did not expect. The journey just going up to visit Matthew, that's part of the healing process itself, going into the beautiful Adelaide Hills. It's a good hour's drive for most people. So that's part of the experience, I must say. And when I got there, kookaburras started singing as soon as I got out of the car, which was beautiful. So I want to just chat a little bit about Matthew Greenwood, do a little bit of info about him. But first, how did I even find out about Matty? How did I find out about the man? We'll take it back to the start. So he's a boss. He's been in the game for 30 years. I met Paul, who's the owner and manager of Magical Crystal Forest in Morphettvale. He's an absolute lord, healer, not self-explain. I call him a healer. And through his store, I met Joe, who's another absolute lord of the game, female shaman, psychic, tarot teacher, and I did her class. I did a tarot class with her at Paul's shop, And then I met Amanda, who runs Infinite Flow, who's like a leader in the Adelaide industry, I think. I'm not sure if anyone else is bossing up like her, but she's awesome. And I then went and saw Maddie do a speech at her place, which was free and super empowering and activating to hear his language and perspective on reality. It was exactly the same as mine, basically. So that's how I've met Matt, and this is the second visit for completely different reasons this time. First time was to meet guides, and this one was a ceremony, healing. And definitely be doing more work with Matty. Looking forward to doing a video for him on earthing, so that'll be good at some point. But yeah, that's the story of how I've met Matt through a bunch of other awesome people in this industry. But yeah, I'd encourage you to go along to one of his talks to actually learn about the man and, you know, help normalize something that is just not accepted by most people for one reason or another. Go quickly over costs. So it was $180 for an hour and a half, and he also does like packages where you can do 3 follow-up visits. You get 2 hours for $180, so you get extra half an hour. 2 hours is a long time. A lot of work gets done in that time. He said predominantly the vibe is at the moment that people want to work with their guides. It's not so much ceremonies and healings, but each their own. So if you're feeling that, you're part of that collective vibe. So definitely give him a buzz. Go for a cruise up into the hills, hit the man up, the legend, and soak up some of that sacred space, that vibe, the energy that he works with. He's a powerful energy worker, psychic, and he'll unlock some stuff for you for sure. All right, cheers. I hope this helps someone. Stay tuned for more madness, peace, much love and light. Namaste.